Washington Pod presents Earl Nightingale.
The other day in a taxi, I felt amusing about the story A Connecticut Yankee. Maybe you're old enough to remember the movie with Will Rogers. In the story, he's struck by lightning or some such thing and finds himself magically transported back in time to the days of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. And I began trying to think of something I could teach the people if the same thing happened to me. And it poses an interesting question. If you were suddenly transported back in time, say 1,000 years, what could you teach the thinking people of that time? You would know so much that they still hadn't dreamed of: the airplane, an automobile, electricity and a telephone, printing, gunpowder, atomic energy, the steam engine, the propeller. If you were taken back to the year 1000 A.D., what could you teach them? For one thing, it'll make you realize how little you really know. However, if you could manage to keep from being burned as a sorcerer, the wise men of the time would make pilgrimages to see you and ask thousands of questions. You would be the most famous person on earth and the most celebrated. You'd be 400 years ahead of Gutenberg and his discovery of movable type and printing, 600 years ahead of Galileo, 500 years ahead of Columbus. But with all of your knowledge of our modern world and its thousands of wonders, what could you show them how to do? The aspirin tablet, the first real wonder drug and painkiller, would have been an unbelievable boon to them in their suffering. Could you show them how to make it? How to mix saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur to produce gunpowder? How about the steam engine? Could you show them how to make one? Or a simple electrical generator? Or how to make wire? Could you make a clock? Or a still to refine kerosene and gasoline from crude oil? We know so much about so many thousands of things, but with the exception of our specialty, we'd be hard-pressed to teach them how to really make much of anything. Some of our scientists could, but it is said that there's not a man alive in the world today who could single-handedly put together an operating automobile starting from scratch. Now, this makes for a fascinating conversation. You can try it with your family at dinner. The kids will love it. It makes them realize how interdependent we are, that we couldn't do a thing without the help of thousands, millions of other people. Everything we have comes from other people. We didn't have to build our own home or make the family car or cut wood for the fire or haul water from the well or grow our own vegetables, raise our own chickens or livestock, or make our own clothes or furniture and cooking utensils, write and print our own books and newspapers, or even provide for our own entertainment. And the most interesting discussion can center around what we know enough about to teach to others if we should suddenly find ourselves without the help of our modern society, without modern medicine and dentistry, communication and transportation, educational facilities and modern utilities.